Good evening. So this is going to be an unboxing of model I am going to do for one of the Facey Twitty Space group builds that we have. I haven't participated in a whole lot, but I'm actually kind of enjoying these things. The theme of this group build is the Hide Your Fucker group build. In essence, anything that is hidden, stealthy, whatever. Like a spaceship that can cloak, or one of the stealth planes or submarines or whatever. So the subject I've chosen is this. This is the Horten 229. It's an experimental German aircraft, experimental German twin jet aircraft, and there's been a lot of stories about how it was theoretically a stealth plane from the late or the mid 40s, and it does have some stealth characteristics. So we're going to go with that. Now, as I done some research about this plane, it's really kind of cool. The design is efficient. It was going for the Luftwaffe's 3 times 1,000 characteristic plane. They were looking for something that could go 1,000 kilometers an hour, could carry 1,000 pounds of bombs, and could go like 1,000. What was it? I think it was range was like 1,000 miles. So the range was the issue, and this was the Horten brothers' design. Was this flying wing? It was originally designed for a glider to get exceptional distances, and then the jets at the time, the Junkers jets, were very, very fuel slurpy. And this design, the flying wing, is very, very efficient. So this actually had the range. And if this is one of those if things, if this plane had seen production, it very well could have been one of those magic bullets for the Germans. There were only 3 of them ever built. The first one was a glider. The second one was crashed during trials. The third one was being prepared for trials when the Allies caught up to where it was. And so the last surviving Horten still lives in the Smithsonian and is currently undergoing restoration. So this is my build. Here's your back of the kit. You can see some other Revell things, and of course typical Revell stuff. So yada yada yada. Everybody knows what Revell kits look like. So I'm going to crack into this Revell kit. Revell doesn't have a whole lot of a high reputation with me, so this is going to be me giving Revell another go to see what we get. So it's a typical open box, that's it. And first off, there's our instructions and info about the Horten in auf Deutsch and English. Looks like this is written in both German and English. There's what the symbols mean. There's your safety advice. Don't eat the plastic. Don't, etc., etc. We're all familiar with that. We're model makers. So let's take a look at our kits. There's our decal sheet. They're thick. These are made, looks like these are made by Revell. They're kind of thick, I can feel it, but they're not bad, they're decals. We will have to work with them. I can see if there's others out there, but Revell decals. So here's your sprue mat. Doesn't look like a whole lot of parts, so this probably is not going to be too complicated of a build. See our cage, our cockpit, how everything goes together. Fuselage top, fuselage bottom, your 2 wing pieces, and the wing pieces go on very similarly as they do for the real thing. the wing sections attached to the fuselage in that manner. And you can actually see pictures of the one that's in the Smithsonian right now. It's in those pieces, which is interesting. So this is one of the thoughts I had, because the picture of the Horten in its state right now in the Smithsonian is what caught my eye. So I'm going to put that picture up right now. So that's it. I saw that picture. I was like, that would be really cool. So this is tempting to do in pieces, as the Horten is currently sitting in the museum waiting for restoration. Although, it's still a pretty cool subject, so I may just go ahead and do it. Your instructions don't look too terribly difficult. So here are the markings and paint jobs. These are theoretical. The one that's in existence is just a straight German green. It didn't have any camouflage to it. It didn't last long enough to get into theater markings. So let's go ahead and crack into our bag. And so there's our plastic deformation part there, deformation there, a hole. That is a hole. That's an actual pinhole. How nice. It's in a place where I can sand it off. It's not a problem, but that's the kind of thing that makes me whine. There's another deformation there from your locator. So those two deformations are from where your locator pins are. The detail's nice. Some recessed panel line. You can see those. That really makes me whiny. Okay, I won't complain much. I'm a modeler. I'll model. There's your other parts. Inside your wheels. Some flash, but meh, not really much. That's nice. That's nice detail there. It's not really soft. That's kind of crisp. That's nice. Your cockpit. Your girder work. Your cockpit showed a lot of open girder work. So this is your front wheel. That's actually not too bad. It's 1/72 scale. There's a little bit of flash right there. Your 1/76 scale is really tiny, but don't often work in something this small. But I couldn't get my hands on a 32nd scale. So I believe those are guns. They are guns. So the actual example does not have guns. It wasn't fitted with guns. The plan was to give it cannons, but that never came to fruition because it was not developed. The detail marks are there, not too bad, kind of nice. Don't see too much that's terrible. On the outside of the main fuselage body, that's nice. Some ejector pin marks on the inside, but nobody cares about there. It's inside the fuselage. So this kind of detail here is pretty good. I'm impressed. This impresses me. So how we can have this and then that bothers me a little bit. But, and you have a little bit of detail inside the exhaust there. Yeah, there's your turbofans. So and here's your canopy. Not too terrible. It's doable. So, all in all, it's an okay kit. I did not spend much. It came for like 1/3 of a shekel. Not too bad. Man, that's disappointing. It's really disappointing. But everything, it's all workable. So that's sandable. That's sandable. Fill that, sand it. Fill that, sand it. Fill that, sand it. Everything else, a little bit right there, a little deformation there, but that should also fill up and sand fairly well. So not bad. That is the Horten 229. Looking forward to getting cracked into this, and we will see how it ends up. Cool deal. Talk to you later.